too. I saw number 80 on the elevator, and they had Eric Moe's name on the back of it. First and 10, Fitzpatrick. Look at this, Albert Wilson. He can throw it. He was looking to throw, but he's shut down.
Go Bills. And I just wanted to let you know that I was on another recent episode of Building Up to It podcast with Chris and Paul. Chris is from Bricks on the Dollar, and Paul is from Chicago. Well, that's what the C stands for, apparently. This week was fun. It was a short 2.5 hours, and we discussed buying and selling bulk used Lego. It was actually a really, really interesting conversation. Paul actually schooled us with business school thought on what to do with your bulk Lego and why you shouldn't keep it around. And Chris informed us how much he likes to keep all of his bulk Lego for himself. The other thing I thought was great was I found out what the golden site was that you hear from other BrickLinkers talk about in their older videos, and they said they get their Lego from a certain place. It's the golden site, and I could never figure out what the golden site was. Well, I found out what that was in this episode. We also do the bracket that the podcast is doing, and this episode we compared 2003 with 2019 to see who was the winner and move on in the bracket. So check it out. Got some mail in on Saturday. Let's take a look. A couple of BrickLink orders. Let's see. This one. All I did was open these up. I love the fact that these minifigures didn't come in a bag. They were just thrown right into the envelope. Just some minifigures to resell. Some Star Wars, some Superman. All pretty good, all brand new. This one, Joel, he's actually listed fairly expensive, so we'll see how that goes. I guess he was only in a poly bag. And then I got some first order stuff, some officers. There you go. Emperor Palpatine. BB-8 that doesn't want to stand up. There we go. Alright. So those will go on the store. And actually, I've already listed them, and I think about half of them are already gone or are going to Germany. So there we go. So let's take here's that. I'll leave that in a tray. And then this one was fairly large. I found a seller that was doing a 35% off sale and was comparing their prices to my prices, and they were a lot lower, so I just picked up a bunch and was with the intent of putting them in my store. I just love this. So 900 pieces. All thrown into like 5 bags. This should be fun. So I'll have to part that out. One part, one bag. Nope, not this order. Then I got a few minifigures here. Some Ninjago, Overwatch. This guy's missing a couple pieces already, I can tell. This guy's hat fell off. I mean, just thrown into a bag. Just not very good. Anakin. I forget what his glasses are sitting right here. I forget which got this person is here, but I got 3 of them. And then a bunch of parts. A lot of light bluish gray. I go through a lot of light bluish gray, so these being cheaper than what I was selling, just good to stock up on that kind of stuff. So, and I got that for about the cost of what you would pay for a few sets. So that's what I got. Just a little disappointed with the packaging. No bag there, and then everything into sandwich bags here, which, yeah. All right. I said one of those the parts order that I got from BrickLink I'm going to be putting in my store, and I wanted to make it really easy for me to be able to list those parts out. And so, like, the hardest part for me in my mind is to figure out which drawers those parts go into. And so I made another little script. It didn't take me much time. I actually just edited the existing script that I use for parting out new sets. But this script does similar thing. So I just type npm run order placed, and then give it the BrickLink order ID, or order number, which is 11759320. I'll let that run. All right, it's working. Okay, so now it's created a file called sets part out 11759320.bsx. So here's the fun part of, so here's the file. No, that's not it. Sorry. It's in this folder. And it is this full file. So I got to move it to download so I have access to it on Chrome. And so now if I double click on it, it'll slowly open up Brickstock, hopefully. Open up Brickstock. And then go to this one right here. This is the file. I hit open, and so now here is that order that I placed, and it's slowly bringing in all the images. And you can see the remarks is all filled in with all of the drawer numbers that I need to put everything into. And then the blank ones, I don't have that part in stock, so that'll be a new drawer. But this makes it so much easier for me to be able to just open up this Brickstock file and just start, putting parts away after I get them all sorted out. So I'm parting out this order that I got. Remember all the bags, and this bag that I'm going through is a little bit frustrating because in this bag are all three of these types of parts, and they are so close together that especially these two, right? Like the one's got a little half stud there and the other one doesn't. Oh, just making it so fun to pick these apart and making sure I've got the right ones for each cup. But sellers, if you're putting all this stuff into one bag like that, please don't. This just makes it harder to sort later. Just try to separate them. at least these should be in like 3 different bags. That would just make it easier. If you have to put them in the same bag, put them into 3 different bags, so it makes it easier on your buyer to separate them, so that they know that like these parts are in different bags. This has just been fun. These 2 parts are in the same bag. So last week I closed the store on Monday, reopened it again on Wednesday. My wife and I took a mini vacation, just a relaxing couple of days in a rented house out in the woods with a nice stream in the back of it. That's the videos you're seeing here. Nice relaxing time. Built a set. I built the new A-wing resistance fighter. Very good, cool little build. Nice little ship. Has an extra minifigure that I don't know who the person is. That just seems random. But very cool build. Very cheap for what you get. And I had a nice relaxing time. Just disconnected. There was a rainy day, and we decided to drive down to North Philly because we were somewhat close, to go see Bricks on the Dollar and go see Warminster Brick Shop. Bricks on the Dollar is Chris, who I do the podcast with on Building Up to It, and it was great. It was we spent about 3 hours just talking shop, talking about various things, how we run our shops. And that, I think the big takeaway I got from it was maybe hold on to the bulk Lego after you sort it. Just hold on to it until you get like a bigger collection of it. So that's worth the time to list all at once, instead of listing maybe a half a dozen parts at once. listing like tens or 100 of that part at one time. So it's one big value push instead of pennies here. It's not worth your time to go and list just a few. List a whole bunch. I think that was the big one. I think the other big one was I need a separate store for myself. So yeah, thank you, Chris, for having us down there. Let's take a look at Thursday's mail, which I'm opening up on Friday. So we'll take a look here, and another bag of mixed parts. This is from the same seller that I got earlier last week, and remember, if you remember, it came with this minifigure here, one of the Overwatch minifigures, but he was missing a couple parts in the back, so I emailed him and asked him if he could send them the missing parts. So it's this one, and then there's another set in there, and then so he said he'd send them out right away. And I emailed him back and I said, hey, well, since you're going to send a package anyways, why don't I just place another order for parts? Because he had some more parts that I wanted. And I placed a smaller order. And I got free shipping on this order with all these extra parts in there. So win-win for both of us, I would assume, right? He gets to... At least he's sending something that doesn't have just one or two parts in it, but he has, another complete order here that he can send out. But yet he's paying for the shipping, and I get my missing pieces, plus I get another order of, I think it was like maybe 100, 200 parts that I get with free shipping. So good thing there. When I went to Bricks on the Dollar, he had this Acro Mills set of drawers that was just sitting around, and asked him if he wanted to part with them, because I know he uses the stack-ons or the Ace Hardware stack-on variant now, so he had no use for this. So I made him a small offer, and so I brought that home. So cheap Acro Mills drawers.